All right, we are joined now by Creighton outside hitter Keeley Davis. We will take questions. If you got a question, just go ahead and ask it.
Okay, sorry, I had myself muted there. Yeah, Keeley, what changed there in the second set? It just seemed like you guys. I mean, first off, you came back, so that's one thing. But the tenor changed, the mood changed. What did you notice?
I think we were very resilient, and we're a type of team that never gives up on any point. And honestly, we said in the huddle, like, we got this, fun and focused. And once someone gets a kill or a block, we all get so excited. So it's the momentum of getting a kill or block. So that was exciting.
UConn being a team that you didn't play during the regular season, what was something that you guys were preparing for in practices leading up to today?
What were we preparing for? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Honestly, UConn is a great team, and we were preparing for the setter two shoot, and the outside hitters are really good, and the middles. So I think it's just staying deep in defense and just playing our game.
Keeley, I was curious what you. It's kind of a bigger picture question, but this has been just such a weird year. How have you handled it? Like, just personally, has it been tough to work through to deal with all the disruptions that you guys have had?
Personally, it has been a little bit rough just for me, but I have my team to back me up on everything, and they're always there for me. So I really rely on them to get me back in shape and getting into work. So I think that's what's great about Creighton, because they'll never give up on you. So.
Since you mentioned your team having your back and all that, how much fun do you have on days like today? You know, where you kind of get that, whatever it is, hour and a half to just sort of zone in with them and compete and pursue a goal here.
Yeah. So honestly, we're just blessed to be able to play our game and make it all the way here. So I think that's a big motivation part of it, and it's super exciting to actually play volleyball because most teams in the Big East can't play. So I think it's just really exciting. I love it.
Any other questions?
And then going into tomorrow, sorry, taking that motivation and excitement from today, what are you guys looking at this afternoon with this next game?
Well, both St. John's and Marquette are a really good team, and I think we're just focusing on I guess just ourselves and how we can prepare for this game. And I think it's just looking at where their shot charts are at, and if they're pulling off on us or something, like, I don't know, just we're just gonna look at them and we're gonna have fun. I have no idea.
I got one point. I was just kind of curious. You guys, it seems like offensively, I mean, you always preach balance. Like, you want to move the ball around and have different people. It does seem like lately you're doing that even more. I mean, like, are you guys just trying to kind of mix it up a little bit in terms of where the attack's coming from?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we've always had really good hitters. So, and it messes with the other team because usually outside hitters are the one to go to. But since we're mixing it up and going right side and middle most often, it mixes up the team on the other side. So.
Do you guys feel like you're in a groove at all? I don't even know if you can feel like you're like in a rhythm this year because of how many,
but it's like
postseason now. It's like, now it's time. So
yeah, It's definitely hard, but it's just the team. We're all motivating each other, and we're excited to keep playing. So
Well, thanks. Congrats and good luck tomorrow.
thank you.
Thank you, Keeley. We'll be by with Coach shortly. All right, we're now joined by Creighton head coach Kirsten Bernthal Booth. We will have her start with an opening statement, then we'll take questions.
Well, first, congrats to UConn on a great season. I know that this was a really big deal for them to get the tournament. Obviously, a bummer for Providence. And as their coach said to me afterwards, we're going to be back. So I think this was a good experience for them. I thought we were not necessarily clean today. Really was proud of their resilience in game two. Didn't like that we were in that situation, but I thought we showed heart. And I think those are always some intangibles that make a team special. And they've kind of done that several times this year. So that was good to see. But overall, I mean, obviously tomorrow, whoever we play, we're gonna have to be cleaner.
Questions?
I mean, what did you like in particular about you mentioned resilience. So maybe that's it. But like the way that your team fought back at the end of set two, I mean, it just felt like you guys were everywhere, especially defensively, just flying around making plays.
Yeah, I thought, again, I didn't like that we were in the situation, but I thought we made plays at endgame. I didn't think, they gave us some points, but we also made some really impressive plays, either defensively or offensively, to give ourselves a shot. So that was really good to see. And it was a variety of players. Kiara stands out. She made a really good defensive dig. Keeley made a great line shot. I'm sure there were others. Jayla obviously was consistent from the baseline serving that run. That was really good. So I did think people stepped up to give us a chance to win that.
Obviously, Keeley was a strong player for you today, but you mentioned a couple of those other girls. How do you think in that final set you saw those players come out?
Yeah, for us to be good, we have to distribute the ball all over the place. And when that starts to happen, I think we're pretty formidable, and that's not just the setters doing it. So that's getting balls, up into the center of the court on the net that we can do that. And I saw that happen a few times that you were like, okay, that was really a good play. We just need to do it a little bit more consistently.
I mean, this is a weird year, so it's probably maybe not as important to you, but like, do you feel ready for the postseason? I mean, you're already in it, so it's like tomorrow's got that do or die feel to it because it's the championship match. So how do you feel about where your team's at ahead of that? I mean, that happened fast.
Well, it's interesting. It dawned on me last night that today could be our last day. If we lost to UConn, that would effectively eliminate our at-large chance, and we would be out of this tournament. And so that was kind of a, whoa, I mean, I haven't mentally gone there at all. So I'm fortunate. I feel fortunate that didn't happen. But regarding tomorrow, I think the different situation than we've been in for several years is we really are playing for our life. Now, do I think we're in the bubble hunt? I do. So if we lose tomorrow, we will be watching closely on Sunday. But it's just a different world right now. There's not as many spots. So we know that tomorrow is our way into the NCAA tournament. And that's a different pressure than this team has felt in a long time. So, but they've handled pressure situations. So I'm confident that they will show up and play a good match, regardless of who we're playing.
Do you feel like your team has found an identity through all of this? I mean, it's just such again, like I said, a different year, a weird year, and you've had disruptions, but like, do you feel like, I mean, obviously it's worth it, you're playing, but I wonder just like, do you think that the team sort of found itself and who it wants to be amidst all the chaos?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, can we hone it better and be better at what our identity is? I think yes. But I do think at least the coaches have a grasp, and I think the players have a grasp of what we have to do to make us great. And I think that's really important for us to know. And that's, our job as coaches each year to identify how this group can be the best version of themselves. And but yeah, I feel like we know what our identity is.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of a broad question, but I was just kind of curious. It's just such a different, it's such a different year with all the different disruptions, and just your team in particular. You've had different lineups, different players that have worked in. That it's like, well, we're at the end. So if you haven't figured it out or sorted it out, you're kind of forced to anyway. So.
Yeah, and UConn lost a player a couple days ago. We had a player kind of get injured in warm up. Fortunately, was able to come back. So I had written new lineups out in my office before we walked out. So, and that's why you have depth. And fortunately, I think we do have depth in all of our positions. So, if something like that happens, we'll be ready to go.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thank you. Congratulations.
guys.
We'll see you tomorrow.